Name another NFL franchise where hope dies faster than the quarterback. Because for nearly 6 decades, the New York Jets have existed in a very specific kind of football purgatory. Not rebuilding, not contending, just rotating. Quarterbacks arrive with promise, they leave with excuses. Some get injured.
And now Rodgers sits down.
Some get benched. Some get blamed. But none of them escape unchanged. This is not a video about bad quarterbacks. This is a video about a system that breaks them. This is the story of the quarterback hell. Every tragedy starts with something beautiful. With the New York Jets, that beauty was Joe Namath. Broadway Joe didn't just win a Super Bowl, he created belief, swagger, confidence, identity. He promised the impossible and delivered it.
We're gonna win the game, I guarantee.
The New York Jets are the world champions. They have upset the Baltimore Colts and beat them handily here today.
And when Namath left, the Jets did not stop searching for a quarterback. They didn't just lose a quarterback, they lost a compass. Because from that moment on, every quarterback wasn't just trying to win. They were trying to replace a legend. And that's an impossible job. The Jets never transitioned out of the Namath era. They chased it. Every new quarterback was expected to be the guy immediately. There was no patience, no runaway, just pressure. The next 20 years would be best summarized as blurred together. Ken O'Brien, Richard Todd, Boomer Eason, Vinny Testaverde. Some were talented, some were serviceable. None were protected. Coaches changed, systems changed, front offices changed. Quarterbacks never grew. They adapted until they couldn't. And every failure reinforced the same habit. Reset instead of repair. Instead of building continuity, the Jets chased solutions. Draft picks, trades, short-term answers. But nothing lasted long enough to stabilize the position. Then came Chad Pennington. Smart, accurate, calm. For the first time since Namath, the Jets did something real. This wasn't chaos, this was control. But quarterback hell doesn't announce itself, it waits. And just like that, it took Pennington's arm. And with it, the illusion that the Jets had learned. Instead of adjusting to protect him, they moved on. And the cycle resumed. actually used to be good. Wait, the Jets made back-to-back AFC Championship games? That's right, and it was with Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez? Why didn't they keep him? That's right, you heard me right. Back-to-back AFC Championship games. Mark Sanchez became the face, and by the results alone, this should have put the end of the quarterback hell. But winning can lie. Those teams were built on defense, on veteran leadership, on everything except quarterback development. And when the roster aged, when the margins got tighter, there was nothing more underneath. And once again, the quarterback took the fall. But for them 2 years, Jets fans actually had hope. They had something to look to. They had something to believe in. Little did they know that this roster was carried by its defense, and everything else would come crumbling down very quickly after. You may be wondering how I know this. The Jets have yet to even sniff the playoffs since that moment. They've had well over 6 quarterbacks since that period, and many head coaches coming in and out. GMs gone. Ownership stayed the same. Their vision stayed the same. But one thing was the common denominator. Quarterbacks couldn't survive there. Starting this off with Geno Smith, Geno was never given a chance to settle. He was thrown into dysfunction. He got benched publicly. He got mocked relentlessly in his time with New York. And overall, I feel like New York never actually taught him how to win as a young quarterback coming in. When they drafted him in 2013, they had high hopes for the man. But things didn't quite turn out that way. Geno Smith didn't end up being the guy they thought he was going to be. They never taught him how to win. They taught him how to survive. Working behind an atrocious offensive line, no receiver depth, no defense to back them up, no anything really. The Jets didn't have much going for him, and Geno definitely wasn't helping at all, but he also wasn't the savior they envisioned. So what did they do? They got rid of him. After they benched him, just shortly after, they got rid of Geno Smith and turned cheek to another quarterback, hoping he was next, hoping he was the one. And that cycle also continued. Next up was Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold was only 21 years old coming out of USC, and declaring for the 2018 NFL Draft, the New York Jets selected him 3rd overall. He needed structure when he came into the league. What he got was chaos. Bad offensive line, constant coaches changing, no consistent scheme. He never seen ghosts against New England. He saw reality. I mean, come on, is it really coincidence that both Geno Smith and Sam Darnold leave New York and have breakout years? I don't believe so. Darnold's career as a Jet was grim, dark, horrible to watch as a fan, in all honesty. Being a Patriots fan, seeing him twice a year, he did not play good. Sam Darnold on the Jets and Sam Darnold on the Seahawks are two completely different beasts, with one of them being labeled a bust and the other an MVP candidate. What's the common denominator in all of this? New York. Taylor, Fields, Rodgers, Testaverde, Fitzpatrick, Sanchez. All of these guys have fell victim to New York. But the Jets were looking to add one more victim to that list. Meet Zach Wilson, the man who was drafted to save the franchise. And that was a mistake, because no quarterback should ever be asked to do that. Confidence vanished, trust eroded, and by the time help arrived, the damage was done. Quarterback hell just doesn't ruin tape, it ruins people. It ruins confidence. It ruins development. It ruins everything for any young quarterback. Jets have searched high and low for the guy. Free agency, draft, trades, and everything has failed. Everything. New York isn't a place where quarterbacks go to underdevelop. Quarterbacks go there to vanish. Quarterbacks go there to get their souls crushed. Quarterbacks go there to be trapped in hell. At some point, patterns stop being coincidental. The Jets didn't fail quarterbacks by accident. They failed them structurally. They failed them mentally. They failed them developmentally. They failed them personally. With coaching turnovers, poor offensive line investment for decades, rushed timelines for quarterbacks that were unacceptable for anybody coming into any system, media pressure in the largest market in sports, quarterbacks were drafted into chaos and got blamed for it. That's not development. That's a trap. Eventually, the Jets did something different. They stopped asking a quarterback to save them. They built a defense. They added a leader. They admitted the truth. Quarterback hell doesn't end with talent. It ends with humility. Quarterback hell isn't a curse. It's a choice. And until the Jets prove they've changed, the door stays open. But not for the next quarterback. But for the next cautionary tale. The next man who's going to be made the example out of. The next person who's going to be the warning for the people coming into the NFL. This all was never a story about the quarterbacks. This was a story about a franchise who never knew how to protect them, who never knew how to develop them, who never knew how to trust them, who never knew how to draft them, trade them, sign them, treat them, everything. Whether it was from coaching, schemes, ownership, coordinators, talent coaches, position coaches, whatever the case may be, this place was definitely the true definition of quarterback hell.